All right, I'm live. Hey, this is Kingdom Comics. How's it going? Just let me make sure to adjust a little bit. So, all right, I told you I would be back with an update, and here it is, man. I'm hard working away. I told you I was going to redraw this page, which once again I should have been ready. Sorry I didn't do a video yesterday, but man, I was wrestling with this panel right here, which once again what I'm learning is planning. Okay, okay. I'm not doing X-Men. I'm not doing Fantastic Four. I'm not doing you know what I mean? I'm not doing characters that have been gone that have been uh you know basically done a million times that have been you know what I mean? Basically these characters that were created back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s have had teams of artists and creative people designing and redesigning and refining down to to the basically the badass comics that we have today, right? So I so when you come up with something of your own, you can't copy you can be influenced by other things, but you can't I can't you can't you gotta it has to be your own thing, right? So so as you're going along, you're like, okay, I got the characters thought out. Then then you start, or and they look cool, and that's a process in my experience. Here, let me shut this off. So uh where you're like, oh, like you think you got it looking cool, and then you're like drawing, then you're a little further down the road, you're drawing drawing a page, and you come just all of a sudden you envision it even better, and it comes out even better. You're like, oh, what if I did this? And you're like, oh, that's even cooler. And I've been through that process. I've changed my characters. They've been basically the same, but I've changed them several times. Then you so then you get your characters, you're straight, right? Now you're like, oh, vehicles, right? Interior of vehicles, right? So then you're like, oh, now you're like, oh, well, I got all these bad guys here. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a huge undertaking for one person. This is not something, I mean, it's beyond just doing design or web design or something like that. It takes a lot of envisioning and working things out uh, aesthetically, and it's just incredible how much work has gone into it. So I've gone through all that, and then I'm like, okay, I've got okay, I got what their what you'll see it from other angles and further. But that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to plan that out. You have to know, and then look at so in here I started drawing the interior, and the one of the main characters sitting at the helm, and I didn't plan that out, right? So I'm like, I tried to fudge it and it came out okay, but I don't want to fudge things too much. So I've been hard at work, but here's this page, here's this guy now. Now that I've worked out kind of what I want his armor to look like, now it's getting it's getting just super refined. So there's the pencils. I already This is the page I'm actually gonna ink on. You know what I mean? I already got it lightly penciled out. And then here's this panel. So all day yesterday, I was up till 3 in the morning. I was watching Page One Comics when it was on. I think Jimmy did a show, and I'm just watching different shows. watching David Finch. I don't even know what this is in my hands. Found it on the floor. I should throw this out. Yeah, I'm still cleaning this place from somebody else who's living here. I'm still finding bits and pieces of things around on the floor and stuff. But um, so so basically, all day yesterday, I'm drawing this panel out, drawing it out. You know what I mean? And I'm working it out, and I'm like, okay, you know, where's the light source coming from, and on and on and on. Let me see. Here's the basic design that I came up with for the helm area of the ship. You know what I mean? And so here's this is just the basic design. There's the character sitting um, like it's like three um like how basically what do you want to call it, like three chairs or seats at the control with controls sitting back to back because there's three characters, like a pyramid shape almost. And man, I'm telling you, I've gone through several different ways like of doing it, and I finally am coming up with it now. So I finally am working it out, and here he is. Sitting at the helm. It's kind of like you can't really see it too well on here, but I got the light coming from above mainly. You know what I mean? But he's also kind of lit from the front here, so dark. So anything that's of the arm rests, you know what I mean, and then the sides of the chairs, and then the sides of the armrests there, you know, on and on. And then there's tiling, and then you see a wall back here. So I finally am getting it worked out. Yeah, so, and I'm telling you, I wrestled with that all day yesterday, and that's why this stuff takes planning, 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 planning. I was like, what is the what is the home area going to look like for the ship? And so you got to plan these things out, otherwise it's going to slow you down. But yeah, there it is. This is going to be the pencil. Basically, I'm going to pencil this page all out really nice, and then here's the page I'm going to ink. You can see I already have the arc roughed in there. You know what I mean? And then I got this area. I started drawing it on here. Like and I was like, I'm not starting this page over one more time, so I worked it out. I mean, I literally have the panel. I literally have the exact size panel right there. It's 5 inches by 3 inches, so I can literally just put it on my tracing table now, and literally just And now that I know what it's looks like, I can. I'm not so much wrestling with the structure and everything, and like now I can pencil it even a little tighter than that. But it is looking cool, man. That's the main guy at the controls right there. So that's how it's going to look, and I hope you guys like it. I don't want to make a huge long video. I'm just doing an update, and it took me a while to, but I should have this page penciled out by tonight. And like I said here, page one. So I got cover. Bang, the cover, the Anarchy. There's the river. It took me a while to come up, but there's the cover. Took me a while. He had a gun before right here in his hand. Now he's just got like little wrist launcher things you'll see in the comic book. It can it could be the storyline can be a little violent at times. I'm not gonna lie. This is that's kind of mature material, and this is gonna be up on Indiegogo soon. That's why I'm. It's like I'm taking all the bits and pieces that I had laying around where I'd run into a wall, and I'd be like, no, I want this to look different and start over and start over. And I'm wrestling. I'm doing all this. On It's like, I'm not a trust fund kid. I can just sit home and mom and dad are going to pay all the bills and I can be a comic book artist if I want to. I have the talent and I want to. The drama that I was putting up with, like I started, like I was go 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 over the summer. Then I got distracted by, well, or no, what was it? It was no, it was like even I think last towards the end of last winter, I was like, I had a lot of enthusiasm and I was taking every free minute I had and I was drawing. Then when this whole uh I'm not going to say the C word, but C-19 started. You know what I'm talking about, this whole situation that we're going in that we have to wear masks for and everything. Then when that kicked in, it's like my life just kept going topsy turvy. Like I had plenty of, I wasn't working as much because my hours got cut severely. So I wasn't working as much, but at the same time, like, I had other drama going on in my life, like almost constantly. And like, it was like I had to be on guard constantly or help, or, you know what I mean? Like, and I had some other projects that I was working on that just ate up my time. Uh, I had a little, uh, I had like a little business venture going on with one of my roommates, which also went sour. Everything about that was sour. I basically live alone right now. And the fact that I live alone right now, the bills are going to be really tight. That's why I was having roommates to help pay my bills. But I'm finding out that most people are just not dependable anymore. And I don't, it's not even necessarily, I'm not even blaming anybody. It's hard for people to even be dependable anymore. Jobs are scarce, you know, on and on and on, and jobs disappear. Your place closes down, everything's, companies go bankrupt, they lay people off, you know what I mean, just on and on. So it's hard to even be, you don't even know if your job's going to be here tomorrow. And then if it takes you 3 weeks to find another job, or I'm just saying one possible scenario, and then the guy that your roommate's like, hey, where's the money? Yeah, you know what I mean, for the bills. You know what I mean? Sorry, I'm looking for a job. Just all of a sudden, now you're evicted. You know what I mean? Or now it's just on and on and on. These things can, like, this country. There's no stability almost. So and I'm thinking about just trying to go it alone, tightening up my belt, and I might not, I might not. Be able to do, like, have the money to do a lot of the things that I wanted to do. But at the same time, the drama that I was going through, I had three people in this house. Uh, One was a female who was taking over the entire upstairs. uh like, it started out like, yeah, you can rent a room, and then it was like, no, I'm taking the whole upstairs as my apartment, basically. I'm like, okay. So I had to fight with her. She eventually found a place to go. Thank God. Thank God. And then I had two roommates, two other guys, and we were all cramped in downstairs together. And I was constantly dealing with drama from that. Like, when you got two people, in other words, when you got two people living here, all of a sudden there's the people coming by, the people they know coming by, and then the people they know coming by. So there was just people, I would sit down, start draw. I swear to God, I would sit down, start drawing, ding, 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 dong, or knock, knock, knock. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, who the hell is it now? You know what I mean? Oh, and then I'd have to entertain somebody. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, and that, can I hang out for a while? You know what I mean, or whatever. Just on and on and on. And just or and then there was just the drama of, like, basically, I want to say, degenerate behavior going on, that, like, oh man, it was basically a ton of stress and constant interruptions, and like, and then, being kept up late. You know what I mean? Like, people being loud, playing music till 2, 3 in the morning, and I didn't have to work, so I wasn't that because I was laid off, but I still I needed the money. So, and I can't tell people don't no, you can't even play music, or can't do this, can't do that. People will move out. People that like, people like, if you're as strict as you need to be to have peace and quiet and have everything run orderly with all your roommates, you have to be like Hitler. You have to be like a dictator, and I'm sick of being like that. And then you become the bad guy. Like if it's your place and this is my place, it's like these people didn't want any boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Was the big issue. These people didn't want any boundaries whatsoever, man. I would just try to set reasonable boundaries where I have the type of boundaries that I shouldn't even have to set. In other words, like if I had an apartment, and I wouldn't keep my roommate up till 2, 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? Partying and having people over and playing music while my roommate's right in the next room. You understand what I'm saying? I just wouldn't do that. So I had to set boundaries that I felt like I shouldn't even have to set with people. People should just automatically, if people are, but Americans are not respectful, and they don't want any boundaries whatsoever. Every American wants to do whatever they want whenever they want, and if and it's just incredible. So yeah, I had to basically be like Hitler, and I am the bad guy. They all hate me now. Everybody that moved out, I've been hearing from other friends that are like, so and so does not like you, like he does not like you, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh, they came over here, he told me never hang around with you again, don't ever even go over there again, on and on. And the dude and the people they're telling this have known me for years. And they're like, what? And they're like, yeah, I doubt it. And what it is they're going around now that basically they were disrespectful, lied to me, tried to take advantage of me. I wouldn't let them. So now they're going around and kicked everybody, and nobody would heed my warnings. Like I kept telling people, look, I'll kick everybody the f out of here. I will kick everybody out of here, and they just did. And I guess they were just like, yeah, whatever. Like they didn't think I would or something. So I kicked everybody out. Now they're going around town telling everybody that I'm evil. It's just you cannot win with people anymore, and it's too bad it's like that. But the good thing is now that I'm alone, I have all, like, I didn't let any of this stuff get thrown out. So I have it all sitting around, and it's in little bits of pieces here, but it's mostly done. Because I would be like, okay, I got this mostly done. I'll come back and I'd work on that. And so it's mostly done now. And now I'm just like really basically I'm gonna do tight pencils, and then I'm not gonna ink on my pencils like I was doing. I'm gonna get out my tracing table and I'm gonna ink, and I'm gonna do, you know what I mean. So I'm gonna have nice. I'm gonna have a nice portfolio. I'm gonna anyway, and I'm gonna have material ready for Indiegogo very soon now. Probably, if not this weekend, because I'm burning the midnight oil, man. I'm staying up till like 2, 3 in the morning. Like I should have this page. I should have page one completely penciled out nicely. And inking for me is not that. What like once I know what I'm doing, inking isn't, you know what I mean? I got a brush and some traditional ink now, you know what I mean? And I'll just be like, and fill in all these blacks, you know what I mean? Do my outlines, fill in all those blacks, and then do the little hatching here and there where I feel it needs it. I don't do much cross hatching. I like to just to do like intense, like black and white, dark black areas, white areas. But like I said, I'll probably have by this weekend the first 3 or 4 pages of Anarch Angels completely penciled out, and then after that, I would say by next weekend at the most, I'll have nice penciled pages and then inked pages, and then I'll be ready to put up some stuff on Indiegogo, and then I'll go on Page One Comics and go over to Ethan Van Sciver's channel and go over to these other comic book artists, and hopefully they'll help me promote it once I get it up there. Once I actually get an Indiegogo up there, uh, which is going to be very soon. So thanks for watching. This is Kingdom Comics. I got one viewer. Thanks for watching, bro. Thanks for the thumbs up, man. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? If you have any questions, just write them down below. Once again, thanks for watching. Till next time.